Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions of Betcraft. It's another very beautiful Tuesday morning. And once again, we are back, with our predictions as usual. All right. We always look at football matches that is going on across the globe, always getting information on these matches, getting the stats. Using that stats, we'll make verdict before bringing it forward for you. All right. And yesterday we had a very good day. Yesterday we saw most of the games we had yesterday saw success. Aside one game, the Romania CFR Cluj game that ended up playing at the one-out draw on that occasion. But aside that one, we had a very very good outing, winning every other games. All right, but today we hope to do very well and win and the entire thing today, as usual. All right, today is also Champions League day. We have the two Champions League matches that's going on, that's going to happen this evening, included in our predictions for you today. So we'll be looking at these matches in a short while, but I want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe, take our time to hit the button right now so that you won't be missing out on our games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. All right, also remember to subscribe to our Telegram channel, for more updates. All right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we'll be starting with the Champions League game. The first match of the day, it is Borussia Dortmund who will facing FC Barcelona. Of course, we know in the first leg of this very tie, we saw Barcelona beating this very side by 4-0. That on that occasion, Barcelona played from home. All right, when we look at the stats for Borussia Dortmund, in the last 6 games, they've won 3 matches and a draw, but they've also lost 2 matches in the last 6 games. And for Barcelona, it is 5 victories and 1 draw in the last 6 matches. All right, when you look at how they fared from home and away basis, you can see Dortmund from home have only managed to win 3 matches in the last 10 home games that they have so far. And they've also had 4 draws as well as 3 losses in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. So for our away side, FC Barcelona, they've won 9 games and 1 draw in the last 10 away games. They've been doing so very well, of recent. And on head-to-head basis, all right, it is as we said earlier, it was Barcelona who won the last meeting by 4-0. Prior to that, we saw Barcelona beating this side from away in December in the Champions League by 3-2. Okay, in this very one, putting all these stats together, we do not expect to see Barcelona losing here. So we will expect to see, Barcelona either winning or draw, but we won't be seeing a lot of goals. Knowing that Barcelona knows how to keep possession and also, not allow so many goals. So we do expect to see their away side either winning or draw in this one, but yet under 4.5 in this very encounter. So I will win or draw and under 4. That's our value for that very game. And the next game is also in the UEFA Champions League, another very exciting match where we'll have Aston Villa who will be facing Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, for Aston Villa, they've won 5 games out of the last 6 matches. They've also lost 1. And Paris Saint-Germain have won the entire thing that have had so far. The 6 games that they've had in the last 6, I've seen a winning of 600% win rate for Paris Saint-Germain. All right, and when you look at how this team's fared from home and away basis, you can see that Aston Villa have won 7 games and 3 draws. They've not lost a single match playing from home. And for their away side, also Paris Saint-Germain, they have won the entire games that I've had from away. The last 10 away games that they had, sort of winning all 10 away games. And the last time they met, it was the first leg of this very tie. We saw Paris Saint-Germain beating Aston Villa from home by 3-1 on that occasion. And in this one, we'll be expecting to see lots of goals as well. Goals are going to be the order of the day in this very encounter. So we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter and over 2.5. That's our value for that very game. All right, and that takes us to the next for today. It is in the Russian Cup where we have Spartak Moscow who will be facing Ural. Okay, for Spartak Moscow, it is 3 victories and a draw, but I've also lost 2 matches in the last 6 games that they have so far. And for the away side, Ural, they've won 4 games out of the last 6 and also had 2 draws. They've not lost any single match in the last 6 matches. All right, and when you look at how these two teams fared from home and away basis, you can see that Spartak Moscow have won most of the home matches, winning 8 games out of the last 10 home games and also losing 2. The last home match they had saw them losing out to Mashachkala, by 1-2 on that occasion. But the away side, Ural, have not won any single match in the last 10 away games, but have had 5 draws as well as 5 losses in the last 10 away games. Okay, and also worthy of mention is the fact that 9 games out of the last 10 home matches for Spartak Moscow have produced over 2.5. And for the away side, it is 5 games out of the last 10 that have actually seen over 2.5. And on head-to-head basis, last time both teams met was actually in March of last year, and it was a 0-0 draw on that occasion. But prior to that, we saw them beating Spartak Moscow by 3 goals to 2, and so on and so forth. So in this very one, we'll be looking to expect goals in this very encounter, and it is a minimum of 3 goals and over 2.5. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Okay, and the next is in Algeria League One, where we have Olympic Akbou, who will be coming up against MC Alger. Okay, in the League One for Algeria. And looking at the stats for each of these two teams, for the home side, Olympic Akbou, it is 4 draws and 2 losses. They've not been able to win a single match in the last 6 matches. And for their away side, MC Alger, they have won 3 games and 2 draws, losing once in the last 6 matches. And their away side, on the other hand, and when you look at how they fared on head-to-head on home and away perspective, rather, you can see that Akbou have actually been able to achieve 3 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 home matches, but have also lost 4 matches out of those 10 home games that they had so far. And the away side, on the other hand, the MC Alger have been able to win 4 games in the last 10 away matches, and they've actually won 4 games. They've actually won 5 games in the last 10 away games, and they've had 4 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 10 away games that they had so far. And the last time both teams met was actually in October of last year, and the match ended up being a 0-0 draw on that occasion. But so in this very one, we'll be expecting their away side to not lose in this very encounter. So we expect to see their away side either winning or draw. And yet, since they do not score lots of goals in this league, we expect our away side winning or draw and under 3.5 in this very one. Away win or draw and under 3.5. That's our verdict for that very game. Okay, and then that takes us to the next, which happened to be the last for the day, also in Algeria, but in Algeria Cup. We will have a USM Alger who will be facing a USM El Harrach. Okay, for Alger, they've won 3 games and 3 draws in the last 6 games, and El Harrach have managed to achieve 5 victories and 1 draw in the last 6 games. All right, when you take a look at how they fared from home and away perspective, you see that USM Alger have done very well, winning 7 games and 2 draws in the last 10 away matches, 10 home matches rather, and they've also had 1 loss out of those matches. And El Harrach, on the other hand, have won 6 games in the last 10 away games. They've also had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 10 away games. But bear in mind the fact that El Harrach is actually in League 2 at the moment, and the home side, USM Alger, is playing at the top flight of Algerian League, but El Harrach is actually in the League 2, while USM Alger is in League 1 at the moment. So the last time they met was actually far back 2018, and it was a 0-0 draw. That was when they are still in League 1 on that occasion. So in this very one, we'll be expecting the home side, USM Alger, to take the day against El Harrach. It is the home side to win out shortly. That's what we expect for that very encounter. And that will bring our predictions for you today on Betcraft to conclusion. And we wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. And remember also to play responsibly, as these are football matches. Sometimes it may present some level of surprises. That being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions, so do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.